Welcome to the Safeguarding and Domestic Abuse sector for professionals working in the world of safeguarding and domestic abuse, and for anyone who believes in harnessing the power of sector-led learning and improvement. The conversation unfolds week by week, season by season. In this space, expect to hear me talk about this work which has the ability to change lives, alongside having powerful conversations with those who are taking action and can inspire us on our learning and improvement journey. This is the Safeguarding and Domestic Abuse sector. Hi, and welcome to this week's broadcast. Alcohol use in older adults is often described as a hidden issue, not because it's rare, but because it's frequently under-recognised. It might be unexplored, and it might be insufficiently responded to. So across reviews, there is a recurring pattern. Older adults experiencing alcohol-related harm are less likely to access support, and when they do, that support is not always designed with them in mind. Mainstream alcohol services have largely evolved around a particular narrative, including younger populations, binge drinking patterns, and group-based recovery models. But this doesn't reflect the reality for many older adults. Instead, their experiences are often shaped by long-term or increasing alcohol use in later life, maybe coexisting health conditions, social isolation, bereavement, or loss of identity, maybe reduced mobility or frailty. And yet the service offered often remains unchanged. And where it does remain unchanged, that represents a significant form of exclusion. This gap in support is not always about access alone. It's about how systems interpret or fail to interpret need. So common themes include age limits within services, or a one-size-fits-all approach, cultural mismatch, or just unintentional ageism. And one of the most significant barriers sits at the point of recognition. Symptoms of alcohol use in older adults can present as falls, confusion, depression, changes in behaviour, but these are often attributed to ageing, dementia, physical health decline. And without a curious, holistic lens, alcohol use can remain hidden behind other diagnoses. When it's not seen, it's not responded to. Even where need is identified, engagement is not straightforward. Older adults may feel shame or stigma about their drinking, believe they're too old to change, fear losing independence or support, or be reluctant to disclose use that has become normalised over time. And this creates a quieter dynamic than we might see in our younger populations. And that is one that requires time, trust, and sensitivity to understand. There's also a more uncomfortable question for us as a system to reflect on. In some cases, there's a perception, rarely stated outright, that intervention in later life is less impactful or less cost-effective. And this is the fair innings thinking. But this fair innings thinking risks shaping commissioning decisions and service design in ways that deprioritise older adults. And yet evidence consistently shows that older people can and do benefit from appropriate treatment. So, as with many areas, reviews often record that alcohol use was present, that support was limited or absent, and that engagement was inconsistent. But the deeper analysis and the deeper learning sits in asking these questions. How was alcohol use understood in this case? What assumptions influenced recognition and response? Was the service offer accessible and appropriate? How did age shape professional decision making? And without this level of analysis, alcohol use in later life risks remaining a background factor rather than a central line of inquiry.
Alcohol use in older adults is not simply a clinical issue, it's a systems issue, and it's one that sits at the intersection of health, social care, commissioning, culture, and perception. If we are to improve outcomes, we must move beyond asking whether support was offered and begin to ask whether it was ever truly designed with older adults in mind. Are you ready to find out more about independent review work? Well, whether you've been thinking about independent review work for a while or you're only just coming across it, why not join me for a free session that brings all of the elements together? The Independent Reviewer Immersion Workshop takes place on the 1st of May from 1 till 2 p.m. And in just 1 hour, you'll walk away knowing exactly what independent review work involves, whether your skills are transferable, and what the journey from blue light professional to independent reviewer really looks like. No experience is needed. No prior training is required. Just bring your curiosity. Come live if you can, and there will be a replay if you can't. You can find the link in the show notes. Thank you for listening. If this episode has been useful or enlightening, please leave me a review on iTunes. I'm always open to feedback, and I will really appreciate your review.